right back with a look back at Rosie O'Donnell's lively appearance in the No Spin Zone. Remember this? Don't miss it. You might like to see part of my interview with the woman conducted in March of 2002. Roll it.
Let me run down a couple of things.
Okay, but let me say after each one, I want to respond, because here's one thing. Anything you're going to talk to me about guns, I want to say it's after Columbine. Children were killed, and I'm a mother, and I was devastated by that fact. That's number one. And I'm not excusing my behavior, and I stand by what I said, although some of my comments, in retrospect, seem a little outlandish. Like the day after Columbine when I said, anyone who has a gun should go to jail. I was afraid that children were being killed every day.
So you would take that back?
Yes, it was the day after Columbine, and I was watching these children be pulled out of windows with their bloodied bodies, and...
You reacted emotionally?
Well, emotionally, and you know what else, Bill? I also have some issues with depression in my life, and feeling as though sometimes the bad guys are in control.
Okay, so that you weren't at your top of your game there?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
But I do think that the passion with which I spoke about why we shouldn't have these instruments that kill so many kids around so readily.
But my point of it is that you, Barbara Streisand, and a lot of the celebrities who come off very judgmental, you have bodyguards, right?
Do I have a bodyguard?
You have bodyguards.
Yes, I do.
Because you need them.
Yes.
You're controversial.
Yes.
Okay? They pack.
They have guns.
Yeah.
Yes.
To protect you and your family.
Yes.
You have to give that same right to other people.
But I never said... I said I want all guns licensed and registered, except for the day after Columbine when I said nobody should have a gun.
Right.
Because I was hysterical crying and tried to do a show and be funny. And I was emotional, and that's what I said.
Okay.
But do I think that celebrities shoot their mouths off too much? Yes. And can I say one thing about what you did with after the September 11th thing? When I was called and asked to do that telethon, I said to the head director and the people who were putting that telethon together, if you have $1 million cover charge, I will show up. If you don't, shame on you.
But you saw how much heat I took challenging the celebrities and challenging them.
Because you like to do it. You taunt them. You like it for ratings. You call George Clooney an idiot, and then Sean Penn calls you a moron, and then everybody's talking about it.
But it was more than that. I mean, we forced the Red Cross and the United Way to get
and that was
money.
great.
But why didn't you put me on your show and get behind my cause?
We don't usually have political debates on my show. When
are you sure it's that, or are you sure it's that you think I'm a right-wing guy?
Well, I wouldn't be here. Here I am. That woman right there didn't want me to come. My publicist, Lois Smith, 74, cried on the phone last night. I know where you're coming from. I don't think you're a mean-spirited guy.
Now, you've referred to me, your humble correspondent, as the spin factor on your show.
Yes. Isn't that, you have the no spin zone? Isn't
yeah, but no spin, the no spin zone.
But surely you don't think there's no spin in your no spin zone.
Do you think I spin?
Yeah, but I think everyone spins, or you would just be a empty, vacant shell reporting facts. I mean, you have your life that you bring with you to every moment if that happens.
But I don't think sincere beliefs that I hold and that you're a spin. That's not spin. Spin is taking the truth.
Okay, well, if you
and twisting it around. That's spin.
Well,
James
I don't
Carville.
think that you're deceitful. I just think that you present your side loudly and articulately and with great showmanship.
What's my side? I
believe that you are conservative, right-winger, more than you are left-wing liberal. If I had to pick, were you Republican or Democrat, I would pick Republican.
But I'm against the death penalty.
Well, not only are you against the death penalty, you supported Geraldine Ferraro when you think Bobby Kennedy was one of the best leaders that this country's ever had.
Right.
So when I read that about you, I said, I will do Bill O'Reilly's show.
This interview, very tough. Was this a
I was very nervous at the beginning. And as I said, if you want to lose weight, book yourself on the Bill O'Reilly show, because for 2 days I've had diarrhea. I've also had a fight with every single member of my quote-unquote staff or team or whatever you want to say, between Cindy, Lois. Everyone has told me it was a bad idea. But you know what? I knew in my heart and soul that I had to come here because I knew what I had to say is more important than how stupid I might look if you asked me something about Afghanistan, because I don't know anything about Afghanistan. I know that's a place where terrorists are, and we have to go in there, and our men and women should come home. That's all I know. I'm speaking as a mother.
Now, wasn't that interesting? I enjoyed that interview. She came off well in that interview. I don't know what happened. But she is welcome. Rosie O'Donnell is welcome to come in here anytime she wants. I don't believe it will happen, but she will be treated with respect if she does. Call. And finally tonight, the mail continues to pour in about our segment comparing the press coverage of Ann Coulter to the coverage of Rosie O'Donnell. Marjorie Robinson, Coldingham, Scotland. I have to say that Ann Coulter deserves more criticism because she's a writer and Rosie is just a comedian. Would you agree, Mr. O'Reilly? Respectfully, no, madam. Ms. O'Donnell has a far bigger platform provided by a huge American company. She has a responsibility to be responsible. George Combs, Trenton, Ohio. The reason that Ann Coulter was widely castigated for her comments was that they were crude and defamatory, but many people believe that Rosie's comments were close to the truth. Nice spin, sir, not even close to being true. David Cartledge, Greenville, South Carolina. Rosie may be a big mouth, but she is loved for being herself. Ann Coulter does not have a likable personality. Both should be able to express their views without scrutiny. Mike Krejci, Boulder, Colorado. Bill, the newspaper editor you interviewed simply refused to see what was obvious to any fair-minded person watching. The media is silent when left-wing people get in trouble. W.L. Finglin, Ocean City, Maryland. If Rosie goes from ABC, Bill, you go from Fox. Then you know what's going to happen? I'm going to go to Ocean City and do some lifeguarding. And you better hope you're not caught in a riptide, sir. Bye. Debbie Ernest, Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina. People don't speak out against Rosie because she will use personal attacks against them. I'm on your side, Bill. Sharon Kalshu, Rhinelander, Wisconsin. I no longer watch The View because of Rosie and no longer watch 2.5 Men because of Charlie Sheen. Well, thank you for the segue, Sharon. Our BillO'Reilly.com poll question is, do you think Charlie Sheen will hurt his career by narrating a 9/11 conspiracy film, yes or no? Susan Layton, Jacksonville, Florida. Procter & Gamble is the largest sponsor of The View. I wonder what they think. Peter Pappas, Huntington Beach, California. Bill, the pedophile you had on talked about molesting a child. Isn't that a conspiracy? Not unless he had a concrete plan to do it, sir. The man was talking in theory.